soliciting those people, and then, of course, their response back. So the project is slated to be ready by April. Obviously, they're still completing the bleacher part of it, and then, of course, there's going to be some cement pads that need to be brought in. We were going to utilize the existing grandstand that was there, as well as the grandstand that was at Field 7. By doing that, we're saving over $300,000. And so I think everybody's very excited. And we're going to have team rooms for our Legion teams, and of course dressing facility for our umpires, and a press box, which most high-level tournaments require. And so we were dictated by the existing facilities. How much space do we have? How big can your press box be? If you have it too big, then of course you have to provide ADA accessibility. That jacks up the cost because you got to provide an elevator like Pheasant Stadium. So there's some things that we're always that we had to maneuver around and go by the building codes and that type of thing. But I'm very excited about the project in itself. It's going to be a real shot to our program.
Right. As far as the impact of the Harmon project, you mentioned earlier in the interview that we've already seen the impact with getting the state high school tournament bid here for the 2011 season. And Harmon will be utilized as a practice facility, but you've kind of mentioned a little bit, but the goal of the association is to get obviously a state tournament and then a Central Plains Regional. Talk a little bit about that process, what you needed for a seating capacity, you needed a press box for the media, things you need to host those tournaments.
Well, you need to have media amenities, and obviously, if you've been at Harmon, you know that we have an issue with shade and protection for our spectators, and so the roof of the grandstand is going to be a very welcome addition. But we have not held a state Legion tournament here since the 90s, and when you're dealing with something like that, you're looking at, well, will the stadium be available? Sometimes it just isn't going to be there. And so we needed a facility that could accommodate a tournament like that. We have Mid-Continent on board. They've broadcasted the state high school tournament. They're interested in improving, or better yet, increasing their coverage of youth sports, and what a great facility or venue Harmon and Field 1 can be. So there is a lot of other things that I have in mind. A VFW national tournament. Nothing's been done like that. Or simply a junior Legion tournament. Fargo hosted one last year. We're setting up a 15, 16-year-old team again this year in Fargo. Sioux Falls has, I believe, the same level of amenities, if not more, than perhaps Fargo may offer for a tournament of that caliber. So there are a lot of opportunities. The bottom line is you have to have your infrastructure in place before you can ever start dreaming about these things.
Absolutely. Let's switch gears a little bit. Obviously the facilities are used by our local players, and we have a beautiful facility in the Vera Sports Institute Golf Dome. Talk a little about, we're in full swing with camps, and camps have been going well. Talk a little bit about the Vera Sports Institute Baseball Academy. That came on in September. It was an idea that you talked about and went with Jason Askew, the Vera Sports Institute director here. Got that, got the wheels rolling with that, and had tremendous response for it and tremendous progress with the players. Talk a little bit about that. Talk about the other camps. You offered a catching camp, went very well. We just got done, wrapped up our hitting camp yesterday. That's, the numbers are very, very high. But talk a little bit about the camps for 2011.
Well, the camp system is, I think, an integral part of our program because it provides kids with an opportunity for training. And prior to the Vera Sports Institute, we were utilizing the gym, the Stewart Center, and really outgrew that facility. And of course, USF needed it for their programming, and it came online just at the right time. And so SEBA became a charter member with the Vera Sports Institute. There's no indoor training facility of its kind like this in the state. It affords us the opportunity to have 3 full-size hitting cages, practice facilities on the turf where you can actually put an infield out there and do some things that you need to do in order to get ready for the season. The camp system works hand in hand with the Vera, and we have camps for younger kids like our father-son camp. For the younger kids, Coach Pitch on Down, which will be coming up in April. We have hitting camps, we have pitching camps, we have infield camps,
Yeah.
and this year we started a catching camp. So we're trying to hit all the different types of positions that perhaps that someone might be looking for some increased training opportunities. The academy was a concept that I thought would improve and assist our Legion and VFWH players. Most of the camps have been generally more with the younger kids, and then the older kids really need a little bit something different. More acceleration, more speed training, more strength training. And so Jason Askew and I have been kind of tossing it around. How can we create a program that's specifically targeted for your more advanced players? And the academy came out of that thought process and those plans. And we started in October. We developed a program that has three different phases. The first phase was essentially an opportunity to develop your arm strength. And we had representatives from all of our VFW teams and our Legion teams. And after we pre-tested, we went through a whole several-month program, and we finished up in January. And when you look at the end results, when you have over 95% of the players who've demonstrated some significant mile-per-hour velocity improvement, I was very pleased. And from the comments from the players and the parents, they felt very good about the program. They were very pleased with the staff that Avera provided with acceleration and strength training. And really, this is our home. This is an opportunity for the players to come in and utilize the services and the training staff that they have at Avera, and consider the Sports Dome as the home for VFW and Legion Baseball, as well as our other programs and divisions.
Right. You know, as we wrap up this interview, I know you're always thinking of the future and future plans and future projects. What is kind of, can you share with us any, future dreams, whatever you see for the association? I know the West Side is saying they want a facility over there. I know you have, you want to put up some sheds at the other facilities. Things that you're looking towards the future. Can you comment a little bit on that stuff, kind of where you see the association going in the future years?
Well, needless to say, the West Side really does need something over there, and that's why the last several years we've been improving the Keene Park area. We've put in 2 batting cages, 2 bullpen areas. It gets to a point where you have to play Monday through Friday, and some of our facilities are at the point of maxing out. And so what's next? There's always projects.
Right.
There's always projects. I think one of the nice things about the association in my years since I've been here, we've been extremely proactive in trying to improve the facilities as well as the programming. We are flexible. We do things. If this doesn't work, we go right back to the drawing board and try to do something a little bit different. The academy is a perfect example of that. And we've had a lot of imitators, to be honest with you.
Right.
There's a lot of people, and to me, imitation is the highest form of flattery. When I got here, there weren't really any camps for kids. And needless to say, we have a couple other facilities in town, and that's great because, as you well know, we can't possibly accommodate all 4,000 kids in our camp system. We'd be here 24/7, and we still couldn't get the job done. But last year, we had over 700 kids involved with camps, and that's great. And the way I like to see it done is that we have parental involvement. Parents can come, they watch the programs. We're not instructing just the kids, we're trying to instruct the parents too, because they're going to be the eyes of their sons throughout the summer. Now, in regards to projects, needless to say, I think there's a number of things that we should focus on in the next couple years. How can we deal with continued growth? That's the biggest problem that I see that we have as an association. How are we going to be able to place these teams on these fields? And we've looked at several different options with the city of Sioux Falls. Building a brand new facility out on the west side, well, you're talking about some significant dollars. And so those